Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Christy, Semi-Crafty Librarian. I'm really glad that you tuned in today because we are making these super cute little owls out of pine cones, and I think these are really fun and actually pleasantly surprised that they turned out so cute. So, what do you need? You need some pine cones, of course. You need, depending on which one you want to make, maybe some of these little things here because I forgot what they're called, pipe cleaners, maybe a little piece of foam, some fluff or some cotton balls, some yarn or some string, pair of scissors. I've got some basic crafting glue in here, but you could use some school glue too, or of course our handy dandy glue gun, which always works the best. And if you don't have felt, so on this little guy here, I've used some felt. I'm going to show you how to do basically the same thing, but with construction paper or colored paper, white paper that you can color to whatever color you want. Okay, so let's get started. So let me just show you what I did with this fuzzy white stuff here. I just poked it in the little crevices here. And I actually used a pencil to kind of shove it in. You don't really need a lot. So if you were to be using cotton balls, you could totally like fluff out your cotton ball and stick it in the little cracks here. So you just want to fill it in. This is a little snow owl, so we want it to be all filled in with the white. And this is a really easy project that I guess pretty much any age could make, especially if you're not using the glue gun and you're just using your craft or your school glue. Okay, so he's all filled in like that. So now let me just show you real quick over here. I used the pipe cleaners as the wings and a little end of a pipe cleaner for the nose and wiggly eyes. But for this one, I'm going to use a piece of foam. So I drew the shape of the wing on the foam. I'm just going to double it up here. So I cut two at the same time. I'm just going to cut along my outline here. This foam is pretty cool. It's easy to cut. Not exactly sure what it's called. Is it called craft foam, Miss Jessica? Yeah, craft foam. Okay, and then let's just make some little feather lines here. I'll move him out of the way. We're just going to make some little feather lines like this. So it looks a bit like feathers here on his wing, or her wing. And you can, if you kind of didn't cut the shape that you think it should be, you can always recut it. So I think for the most part, this looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to put a little glue on the wing and stick it on there like that. Now, you're kind of gluing on the actual pine cone edge, so you might want to hold it down a little bit. It might take a minute for it to stick, especially if you're using the craft glue. So what I did with the other one, I just spread the craft glue on the entire wing, and I just held it down for a bit. And it kind of looks like you're not placing it correctly, but once you put on the face, it'll look a little bit better. Kind of looks like his wings are not centered very good, but it'll look fine once his eyeballs are on. Okay, so I have these googly eyes, but you can see you can do the same thing with felt or with paper. So I'm going to use these tiny little googly eyes on this guy here. So I'm going to turn them around so I can kind of see where to put them. I'm going to attach them right on the fluffy stuff. On the big one over there, I attached them to the pine cone, but I think with this guy, it's going to be better just to put it right there. And I actually kind of like the big googly eyes because they look like big owl eyes. So his eyes are a little crooked, so you can just kind of arrange it to get them the way you want them to look. Now these foam wings are not staying on as quickly as I would like them to, so they might fall off, hopefully not. Now he's got a little pine cone edge sticking out right there. I think what I'm going to do, not going to do that because the orange doesn't show up, but what we can do is cut a little piece of a beak out of paper. I'm actually going to color it first. And you can do whatever color beak you want. If you want a brown beak, make a brown beak. I'm just going to cut kind of a little oblong shape here. And let's try the craft glue here. Glue it on, maybe bend it over a little bit. It looks pretty funny. I think he's cute. I think he's a cute little snow owl, so super easy. All right, we've got those two little snow owls there. Let's finish off this guy here, okay? So I used felt to make the eyes, and I just cut and glued here. Let me show you. So I used the craft glue on this felt, and it worked actually really well. So smear on some glue here. Glue the small one on the big one. And these are basic shapes, so there's nothing too difficult to cut, to draw and cut. You're going to glue your little spots on the wings like so. You can use whatever colors you want. I like the brown and green because it was kind of fallish, but use whatever. And then here's his little feathers above his eyes, so let's glue that on. And I like these little feathers because they look like eyebrows. I think it's cute. All right, let's glue on his other wing. So I'm going to look here and see how and where I want it positioned. So this glue will actually dry clear, so it's a good option if you have craft glue. Okay, I'm going to stick it on right there. Hold it down a little bit so it stays. I promise that it really did work when I glued on the other wing yesterday. It just takes a little while for it to stick on there. Okay, so I'm just going to hold it on. And for the sake of time, pretend that it is stuck on there. Okay, well, there's that guy. Okay, so this little one right here, I've not tried this yet, so you're going to see if this works right along with me. But I know not everybody has felt. I know not everybody has foam. So everybody probably has some sort of paper and maybe some crayons or some markers, maybe even some construction paper. So let's do another little guy. And I drew basically like a moon shape on the paper, and I'm going to cut it out. And this is going to be kind of like those eyebrows again. I know they're not called eyebrows, so. Okay, and I think I am going to use a little bit of glue for this one. A little bit of a glue gun for here. Okay, now we're going to make another little beak. So let's let's draw another little orange beak. Okay. I'm going to cut out the little beak right there like that. Oops, I missed some of the orange there. Okay, and then we're going to cut out some eyes. So I drew them already on the paper, but again, basically circles, so it's really not that complicated. I'm actually just going to bend it over and cut them both out at the same time. So you kind of want the bigger eyeball, bigger eye part in the back, and then you'll have some smaller ones. This might actually be too big. Maybe not. We'll have some big big eyeballs here. Okay. Then we're going to cut the little ones. And glue them inside or on top of the big ones, like so. Okay, don't stick to me. All right, and thank you, Jessica. Okay, there are the eyeballs. So then let's cut out some wings. Okay, so I drew some little wing shapes on the paper. Let's cut them out. This is going to be exciting here to see if this actually glues to the pine cone. I'm really hoping it does. I think it's going to. And then we'll do some little dots on the wings here. Like so. Just going to fold it over like this again. And we'll just cut out our little dots here. Maybe cut out a couple of bigger ones. Cut out a big one over here. Okay, so same thing. We're going to glue here. Glue our little dots down. Man, this is some sticky glue, you guys. Holy cow. Okay. All right, let's just do one more little dot, and we are going to attempt to glue everything to our owl. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Okay, let's see. I am going to use the hot glue because I feel like it's going to just be a little bit quicker here. So I'm going to glue the eyeballs first. So I'm hoping that even though this little guy may not turn out the very greatest because I don't have the time right here live to do it really, really great. I think you're going to get the idea, though, that you can use the materials that you have at home to make this project. You might have to rustle up some pine cones somewhere, but you'll be able to use paper if you don't have any of the other stuff. So let's put on the wings. Oops, we lost our little wing over there, man. Okay. You could use magazine pages too. You could use, yeah, get creative, magazine pages. Okay, I mean, honestly, I think he's pretty good. I think he's pretty cute here. His wings could use a little adjusting maybe. But with a little care and a little more time, I think you could make it work. So I'm just going to get this glue gun and glue this guy's wing on with a glue gun. I mean, glue guns work so great. If you can get you a glue gun, I highly recommend it. If you like to do crafts a lot, it's worth the investment to get a glue gun. All right, well, let me see here. Okay, so look on the internet for pinecone owls. You will see lots of examples. And you could actually, if you wanted to make these ornaments, you could just tie your little string. And you know, for some reason, I can never tie a knot when I am doing Semi-Crafty Librarian. I do not know why, but I always have better fingers here. Okay, so voila. You've got a little ornament or hang it wherever you want. So you can make an owl with paper, with felt, and with fluffy stuff, or with cotton balls. There you have it. So you guys have fun making owls and being creative and, you know, making them however you want. So thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We really love to have you guys watch our virtual programming. So stay tuned here at 4:30 for Jerry. He's going to be reading a chapter in our Tales from the Stacks book. And then Miss Jessica comes on tomorrow at, nope, because we're not at work tomorrow. She will come on next Wednesday and you can watch her Makerspace. So everybody have a great night. Do your homework out there if you are kiddos watching, and enjoy yourself and take care. And we'll see you next week. Bye.